Hey, welcome back. Today we are going to level up your German in two huge ways. We're talking about some awesome shortcuts to make you sound way more natural. And then, the big one. We're finally going to tackle talking about the past. Ready? Let's jump in.
So, picture this. You're in a conversation, and someone brings up, I don't know, a new plan. How do you talk about it without just saying the plan over and over again? I'm for the plan. What's wrong with the plan? It just sounds kind of clunky, right? Well, there is a much, much cooler way to do it. And that solution is these amazing little words called da and wo compounds. Honestly, these are like a secret weapon for sounding more fluent. They make your sentences flow so much better.
Okay, so what are they? The idea is actually super simple. You use a da compound when you're making a statement to refer back to something. It's like saying therewith or therefore, and you use a wa compound to do the exact same thing, but when you're asking a question. Think wherewith or what for.
And building them couldn't be easier. You literally just take a preposition like für for or gegen for against, and you just stick da or wo right on the front. So da plus für becomes dafür, for it. Wo plus gegen becomes wogegen, what against. It's a really simple, clean formula. And here it is in action. Let's say someone's talking about a newspaper article. Instead of asking, what do you have against the newspaper? You just say, was hast du dagegen? What do you have against it? See how that little word dagegen just points right back to the newspaper? It's so efficient and sounds completely natural. Okay, so you're probably thinking, great, I'm going to use these for everything. But hold on, there is one really, really important rule you have to know. And it's a big one. Let's check it out.
So here's the deal, and this is crucial. Da and wo compounds are for things, ideas, concepts, anything that isn't a person. You want to talk about world peace? You can ask what the paper says, darüber, about that. But the moment you're talking about a person, you can't use them. You have to switch to the preposition plus a regular pronoun, like gegen ihn, against him. That's the line in the sand. Things and ideas get compounds, people don't.
All right, skill number 1 is in the bag. Now, it's time for the main event. Up until now, we've pretty much only been able to speak in the present. That's all about to change. We're about to unlock the ability to talk about literally everything that's ever happened. This is a game changer. So, we're going to learn a tense called das Perfekt. Now, I know what you're thinking. The present perfect? That's confusing. Don't worry about the name. Just know this. This is the #1 most common way that German speakers talk about the past in everyday conversation. It's what you're going to hear all the time. So how do we build it? Well, think of it like a recipe with 2 main ingredients. First, you need a helping verb, which is usually the verb haben, to have. And second, you need a special version of your main verb, which we call the past participle. It's kind of like in English when we say I have seen instead of just I saw.
And here's the best news I'm going to give you today. The vast majority of German verbs, the ones we call weak verbs, follow a super simple, totally predictable formula to make this past participle. Let's break it down.
It's a simple 4-step recipe. You take a verb, like machen, to make. Step 1, drop the en ending. Step 2, add ge to the front. Step 3, add a t to the end. And boom, machen becomes gemacht. That's it. You can do this with hundreds of verbs. And once you see this pattern, you'll start seeing it everywhere. Sagen becomes gesagt. Fragen becomes gefragt. Kaufen becomes gekauft. Seriously, once you learn this pattern, it's like you've been given a superpower for talking about the past. Okay, so we have our ingredients, right? We've got our helping verb and our past participle. Now for the really important part. Where do they actually go in a sentence? German word order can be tricky, but lucky for us, there's a simple rule for this too.
All you need to remember are 2 letters. TP, time before place. When you're adding details about when and where something happened, the sentence structure almost always wants you to say the time information first and then the place information. TP.
Let's look at a whole sentence to see how it all fits together. Ich habe die Zeitung heute Morgen in der Bäckerei gekauft. Okay, 2 things to notice here. First, the helping verb habe is right there in the second spot in the sentence. That's its home. And the past participle, gekauft, gets kicked all the way to the very end of the sentence. And in between, you've got your object, then time, heute Morgen, then place, in der Bäckerei.
Now, if you're feeling like that's a lot to remember, this number should make you feel incredible. Over 90% of all German verbs are weak, meaning they follow that exact, simple get plus T rule we just learned. Think about that. You've just mastered the past tense for the overwhelming majority of verbs in the entire language. That's amazing. So the big takeaway here is that with these two skills, the da compounds and the past tense formula for weak verbs, you've just taken a massive leap forward in your German. But that 90% number does leave us with a little question hanging in the air, doesn't it? What's going on with that other 10%? What exactly is a strong verb? Well, we'll save that for next time.